What's up everybody? My name is Lauren. I am a primary care nurse practitioner and welcome to my YouTube page. I've been talking about doing this for so long now but wasn't able to because I did not have the right setup or the right camera, and now thanks to my husband I have this beautiful office to be able to do this, and also a camera for my birthday because I barely have any more space on my iPhone even though I have like the most amount of space possible. So there's that. But anyways, this is my first video ever, so I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself, how I ended up here, and what my hopes are for this YouTube channel here. So some personal stuff about me. I am 33 years old, born and raised in Connecticut, have never left here, only for college for a little bit, and now I am back. I've been married to Andrew since 2018. He is a firefighter here in Connecticut, which is pretty much why we are stuck here. For a short period of time, he served in the Air Force Reserves and actually was deployed for the birth of our second son. We have two boys. Levi is 5 and Brooks will be 3 in October. They are very sweet boys, but they are super athletic, super energetic, and like keep us on our toes. We also have a 10-year-old Siberian Husky. Her name is Ruka, but we call her Rue. And Andrew and I got her shortly into when we first started dating. And when I'm not at work, some things that I love to do or some fun facts about me. Obviously, I love spending time with friends and family. We do have a lot of friends in our lives from different like walks of life, and so it's a lot to cram everybody in. I am the youngest of 3 girls. My sisters both don't live in Connecticut, but I have lots of nephews and nieces. I love to be outside. The beach is like one of my favorite places in the world. We live on the shoreline here in Connecticut. We used to live in a beach town. Now we moved to a little small farm town here, and I miss the beach. I also love to work out. I recently joined Orange Theory earlier this year, and it's become like a little addiction, honestly. I just love going to the gym and kind of tuning everything out in the world. I love true crime and murder mystery types of things. My friends make fun of me because every true crime documentary that is worth seeing, I have seen. I swear if I did not go into medicine, I probably would have been a lawyer. The Karen Read trial, I watched every single minute of it. And some of my favorite kinds of food or food genres are Japanese. I love like sushi, and I love Japanese food in general, Mediterranean food, and Mexican food. I do not like baking whatsoever. I like to cook, but now my husband has kind of taken that over. The firefighter life has taught him to be a great cook. All right, now about me on a professional level, okay? It took me 7 years of undergrad to become a nurse. First, I went to school for fashion at the University of Rhode Island. Quickly learned that that was not for me, and in the meantime, my grandmother who was living with us had gotten sick. So I came home to help take care of her and was surrounded by a whole bunch of amazing nurses. My mom is also a nurse, and my grandmother was a nurse, and I was like, you know what? I actually really love this. Totally changed my path, but it was not easy. I did not get into nursing school the first try, so I had to like retake a bunch of classes, bring my grades back up, and then reapply, and I got in. So that's why it took 7 years total of undergrad, but really 5 years focused on nursing. And when I was a senior, I did my senior capstone in a level 1 trauma center emergency room, and I was like, how did I end up here? Don't want to be here, was scared out of my mind, saw crazy things even just on the first day. And then by the end of my capstone, I asked for a job there. My clinical instructor or professor at the time told me I should have written a book because my journal entries were just like unbelievable. I ended up working there for 7 years. Shortly after I got off orientation, I switched over to night shift, and that was pretty much what I did the entire time. I ended up going per diem when I decided to go back to school, but I still did a full-time schedule. So I worked in the emergency room through COVID, 2 babies, and NP school. It was shortly after COVID, after I had my first son, where I was like, I cannot be at the bedside doing these 12-hour shifts for the rest of my life. I was over the hospital life, the politics, the managers, like my body was exhausted, and I was like, I need to think of something else to do. So when I started to look into it, I was like, you know what? Being a nurse practitioner gives me more like flexibility with my job. I could work in a clinical setting, I could teach with it, I could do telehealth stuff. Like I just felt like it gave me the most that I could do by going that route. So I went to an online school, which very controversial. Did not know it was controversial until I made my way over to TikTok. Took my time doing it and worked through it. And I think that my 7 years in the emergency room really allowed me to be successful with it, because I just knew and learned so much from my hands-on experience. So took my time in school, graduated March of 2024, and before I had finished graduating, I had my first job lined up, which was at a primary care private practice, a town over from me. Loved it while I was there for clinicals, asked for a job, and that's where I've been over the last year. So why am I here now? Why am I making these YouTube videos? When I was in NP school, I dragged my best friend from nursing school back with me because I was like, I can't do this by myself. But we had so many questions and we had nowhere to go. I didn't know who to ask, what to look for. I didn't even know where to look for school, how to sign up for my boards. I felt like I was just lost. And so I went to things like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube to look myself, and I just felt like I couldn't find it. So I was like, when I become a nurse practitioner, I'm going to change that. So I want to teach you things like common chief complaints and how to work them up in the real world, right? We know in nursing, this is what you're taught in the books. This is what you really do in the real world. And I want to show that to you guys. I want to talk to you about how to interview, how to look for a good school. I want to teach you how to study for your boards, how to decide between the 2 different boards to take. All questions that I wanted the answers to, but I could not find. So this is going to be very raw, unedited, casual videos that teach you and show you the real life experience and what it is truly like to be a nurse practitioner in today's healthcare system. And I'm going to teach you a bunch of things along the way. So consider me your online or your social media preceptor. So thank you for being here. Thank you for following me in this little journey. I would love for you to drop some comments below this video as to maybe some chief complaints you would like to see worked up, maybe some questions that you have that you would like somebody to answer so that I can make videos based off of those things. And if you don't already follow me over on Instagram and TikTok, please go do that and then subscribe to this YouTube page. And I'm so excited to do this. Let's have some fun.